AITA for blowing up at my husband for messing with my alarm and causing me to miss my exam? Hello. IF23 have been married to my husband M26 for a year. I'm in my last year of university and been so busy for the last 2 weeks. With many projects and finals looming. My husband complains from seeing me studying and not doing activities together or hanging out with friends anymore. I've told him it's not gonna last forever and that I need to focus because this is my last year in. It's been the hardest. The day before the exam, he wanted me to go with him to a friend's birthday party. I refused because I was busy preparing for my exam. He pleaded with me saying it's just 1 hour and talked about how his friends will be upset if I'm not there. I said no and shut down any further discussions. He got upset and called me selfish and inconsiderate but then dropped it. Before I went to bed, I set my alarm clock like I always do since I'm a heavy sleeper, plus I stayed up late studying. The next morning I woke up at 9 a.m. I literally freaked out and checked my alarm and found that it was set to go off at 9:30 a.m. I had no idea how this happened till my husband told me he did this to repay me for refusing to take one hour to attend the party, so he took this hour from my time. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely blew up at him, just yelling and screaming at him left and right. He just stood there shocked from my reaction and my rage. I got dressed quickly and rushed to the university. They didn't let me into the exam hall. I got into a lot of hassle to get them to reschedule the exam, especially since I had no legit reason as to why I was late. It was awful is all I can say. I went home and my husband and I stopped speaking to each other. He kept acting as if I hurt his feelings and traumatized him by yelling. And that I deserve what he did, since he was frustrated with my continual refusal to attend all events for the past 2 weeks. I might be wrong for not considering it, but I think that my exams should be a priority and his way of teaching me a lesson was not right. He punished you because you didn't obey him. He tried to sabotage your degree. Or at least passing a class worth thousands of dollars. Because you didn't obey him. NTA. But I would be seriously reconsidering my relationship with a man who feels entitled to do this. I also wouldn't trust him for a longest time. If ever again. Set your alarm on your phone and change your passcode so he can't get to it. Make sure your bank account is separate. That's a divorce-level sabotage of your degree. NTA, he did this totally out of spite, knowing it would cause you to be late to your exam. You are right. University doesn't last forever and you will be able to go out and do more fun things when it's over. Might be worth reminding him that it's actually going to be longer until you can do that now that you've missed your exam. On an unrelated note, if you just simply didn't want to go, that should also be fine. He doesn't need you to hold his hand everywhere. He seems disrespectful of your time, your work and your autonomy. NTA. And you did have a very valid reason. Abusive husband. This is not a person to spend your life with. Jesus Christ. He sabotaged you. How on earth is this your fault? This is actually evil, immature, childish, conniving. You're NTA at all. How badly will this affect your grade? NTA. This is a man who thinks it's acceptable to sabotage your university career out of revenge for missing a party. You didn't say he couldn't go, only that you wouldn't run. NTA. He's sabotaging your academic future, which is also tied to your career. He's doing this deliberately. This isn't just about, you wouldn't give me an hour so I took an hour because I'm upset. It's about controlling you and sabotaging something which could give you independence from him. It's actually really serious. It's coercive control, which is a form of abuse. Any person who thinks they have a right to teach a lesson, to their spouse is a giant red flag. That isn't how you resolve disputes. But he chose to do so knowing the consequences for you would be potentially disastrous. In my universities, you would have failed that exam and be capped at a failing grade even if you sat it later, which would have a disastrous effect on overall degree results because last year counts for the most. You didn't deserve what he did and you didn't overreact. This would genuinely be divorce territory for me, because he is trying to sabotage your future. A decent spouse is supportive of their partner doing things like education or work. He is trying to ruin it for you. It isn't just about the party. He's upset because you've been assertive and set boundaries and he hasn't been able to control you. NTA. Your husband thinks a party is more important than your academic future. Not even a party for someone important to you. His friend. And when you tell him you can't accommodate that, he takes it upon himself to punish you. Do you have somewhere else to stay? If not, can you talk to your school and find out if there are resources available to you? He's throwing red flags all over the place. And if you don't at least make sure you can complete your remaining tests in peace, I'm worried you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're unable to graduate and are totally dependent on a guy who thinks it's okay to bully you into doing what he wants. I usually hate all of the "get a divorce" reactions to anything but a man teaching you a lesson, because you refuse to do as he says. Do you hear it yourself? He was willing to screw with your grade, your future, because he feels entitled to teach you a lesson. What if you get a job that interferes with his idea of social life? Are you willing to risk getting fired for his next stunt? So stay if you like, but he must have learned his lesson for that. So whatever you do, make sure the consequences now are strong enough for him to reconsider next time. NTA. Honey, I'll be straight with you. Your husband is abusive. He wants to control what you do and does not support your success. Please tell your place of study that you missed the exam because you are in an abusive relationship. Leave him as soon as it's safe and do not have a baby with this man. NTA. What a spiteful man. He sabotaged your exams just because you didn't go to a party. He doesn't see anything wrong with it either. This is the man you're married to. NTA. What a horrible thing to do. There are a few location flag here. Location flag the need to make you suffer to get revenge. How old is he? 3? I fully understand that exam season can be hard for your husband, but seeking revenge? It's not like you schedule exams to piss him off. Location flag he knowingly sabotages your education, future over selfish reasons. Let me guess. He's not exactly the ambitious type? Everyone who ever had to work really hard for a goal would fully understand that sometimes you just have to work while others are having fun. That's life. Location flag. Now he's the victim? What kind of reaction did he expect? A thank you note for the extra hour of sleep? What a massive gaslighting. You don't deserve to be treated like that. NTA. This isn't an equal partnership. He is trying to control you since you have a real future and options if you get that degree. He is attempting to set you up for failure so you will then have to depend on him. This is an extremely controlling action and a super major first step into an awful abusive future you have with this man. The irony of him calling you selfish and inconsiderate. NTA. This is manipulative, controlling behavior from him. And the fact you're here asking if your toss suggests it's working. I'm worried for you. NTA. Sabotage is a form of abuse. Don't let him derail your life. Just think about all the future events in your life that he'll be pissed off about if he can't even handle seeing you less for 2 weeks, 6 weeks, or however long you feel like. Of no sex if you have a baby. Giving your time to a new baby. Taking care of elderly parents. Giving time to a new career. I can imagine he wouldn't handle these situations well. He seems selfish and totally unreasonable and controlling. NTA. Get rid. NTA. That was a major dick move of him. Not okay at all. If you don't have time for lots of social activities during exam period, that's totally valid. He acted like a mean brat. NTA. This is very immature of him. Is he actually mature enough for an adult relationship and people having priorities? Does he not understand that exams are only for a limited amount of time and then they are done? I would say that he is acting like a child, but that would be insulting to child because even they know better. Oh, good grief. NTA. Consider a temporary separation until you get through university. NTA, but consider dating adults in the future. This one is 6, not 26.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.